Welcome to another episode of the Üspk English Podcast. Thank you for hitting that play button and subscribing to our podcast channel. I'm Katza, and in this episode of the Üspk English Podcast, we have an extraordinary guest. He's been in radio as a voiceover, and he's dedicated many years now to the art of dubbing. So I really want to go ahead and introduce you to my teacher, friend, and hopefully one day colleague in the dubbing industry. Please welcome José Antonio Godínez, also known as Bambucha. Bambucha is currently working at MBS Radio as a position coordinator for the Central Region in Mexico. He has dedicated his 18-year career to radio and other forms of communication. He's had experience in all the operational sides of making radio, such as production, advertising, content creation, visual arts, and digital marketing. Additionally, Bambucha is an instructor at the MBS Academy in Cuernavaca, where he trains young and new talents in the art of voiceover. Having trained in many voice production courses and workshops, plus commercial voiceover, Bambucha has dubbed many characters for movies and TV shows, including a few on Netflix and Open TV. Welcome, Bambucha. Thank you so much for you being here. It's an honor and a pleasure to talk to you. How are you?
Hi, Katza. Fine, thanks. How you doing? I'm appreciated to be here with you, and I'm so nervous, but it's normal, I think.
Yes, it happens to everyone the first time. So let's
Yeah,
hope this is not your first time.
I could never imagine to be in the other side. We talked a few minutes after recording that, and you asked me about what do you feel to stay in the other side. Now you and it's rare, no? I don't know. It's weird. I
Yeah.
can explain,
No, it's also
but I
weird
like
for
it.
me. It's also weird for me. But I'm enjoying it so much. Absolutely. All right, let's first define dubbing. So, dubbing is replacing a soundtrack in one language with another in another language. It normally goes for local languages, for example, dubbing voices in English and changing them to Spanish, right? So, Bambucha, I would like to ask you, is this something you do for a living, isn't it? You
Yes,
do it for a living.
I
Yeah.
can only say that dubbing it's magic. We're going to define as being able to offer entertainment to other people, being able to lend your voice to other actors, and it's something definitely magical because many people don't have the opportunity to know a second language because how can I say they have another needs before speak another language or a second
Right.
language or a third language, and it's or simply because they want to they want and have the freedom to choose the language, no.
Right.
So I think the dubbing is magic. It's a lifestyle, but I like it. I if I tell to well talk my story, I didn't decide to work in the dubbing the but everything was happening, and I didn't expect to work in this industry. uh, my ex-girlfriend was who pushed me to go to the casting, and it was like began the history of bambucha in the dubbing.
In the dubbing industry.
Yeah.
Wow. Can you remember your first role, the first role you ever dubbed?
uh, I can remember the title, but it was a Korean soap opera. The names the dramas. I think the name is or was I can hear your voice.
Okay.
I think that's the
The
first
title.
title,
Uh-huh.
but my second role I can remember very well is in the Black Rose. It's a Turkish soap opera, and I was
Oh,
participate science chapter number 153, I think so,
okay.
to the end.
Okay. Okay. So could you tell our listeners how important is it to speak other languages when you dub, when you do this for a living? Is it very important to speak other languages?
Well, it's not something strictly necessary. You can look at me, for example. It exists a different departments in the dubbing industry, directors, actors, and translate department. The translators uh, are who necessary speak other language. Basically,
Right.
it's English, but because if uh, you collaborate in a Turkish soap opera, the the story,
The script?
the script, it's they bring us in English. So
Okay.
for the actor, dubbing actor, it's not necessary speaking other languages. We have to know basic knowledge of acting. That's
Mhm.
very important. But no, it's not necessary speak another language because you can move or change any word. You have to respect all the words that is in the script. So we are unauthorized to change. So it's not
Okay.
necessary.
Okay. All right. Um, I have another question for you. Do you have to go over an extensive casting to land a job opportunity, or does the client just call you and you get it?
Not for all projects. Working with different director makes that um, makes them get to know your job, and when they have to a new series or a new movie, they call you. But in some cases, specific cases like the Avengers or biggest productions, the main company needs to approve you in a principal role, no? But
Right.
it's some cases. I told you like Disney productions.
Uh-huh.
The Disney have to give the okay, that person is it's for this role,
Okay.
but for the secondary roles, it's not necessary. It's free election of the director.
Now you made me curious. Were you in Avengers?
No, 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 no. Oh, I hope so.
I wish.
They, I have some friends that participate in additional voices in the last movie, the Doctor Strange. But
Right.
I work with an actor, a director who was collaborate in the Avengers, and teachers from dubbing that
Mhm.
work in these movies. No, I yesterday I was working with Iti Dukevich, that's the voice of Iron Man. So where's the
Wow.
but
Okay.
but not me. I wish someday working in a biggest production like this.
If you could be in some movie, Avengers movie, which one would you like to be in?
Black Panther. I don't know. No, or the new
You're
Captain
not a
America. No,
Marvel.
es que it's a it exists. I can uh, when in the dubbing industry say that we as you look you give. So if you have to represent the personality of the actor,
Oh,
or have
okay.
something physical
Similarities?
similarities
Right.
with the actor. It's the way that the directors give the roles.
Oh, really? I didn't
They,
know that. I would have never imagined. Okay.
So
Okay, that's interesting.
that's what I say, Black Panther or the new Captain America. But if I can choose, I maybe I will choose Peter Parker, Spider-Man.
Oh, nice. Good choice. Yes, good choice. All right. All right. And another question, final question. How long does it take you to record an episode, a 30-minute episode, for example?
Depend your role. For example, today I record a role, I a locutor role, and I record in 5 minutes. But my role is so short. But if you have a main role, probably in for a 30 minutes program, 1 hour or two, if you have
Wow.
to retake, no, but normally it's an hour, because uh, it's not only read, no, you have many corrections. The director have to check that you are on time and the lip sync, so you have to retake and retake. But if you are a experimented actor,
Uh-huh.
you probably an hour for a 30 minutes chapter.
Wow. Okay, so that's fast actually, but it takes long. Does it take a long time to become a dubbing actor?
I can hear you. Sorry, can you
I,
repeat me,
does
please?
it take a long time to become a dubbing actor?
No, it depends about your abilities, your skills. Uh, when I started in the dubbing industry, I think um, I was stayed watching only like a month, and after a month I began to record little shorts
Wow.
like tree number 27. But
Uh-huh.
we all the actors begin like that, with little roles, and you uh, going to grow up in this industry,
Okay.
and it's easy. Or if you have many people that works in the dubbing industry, I think it's a little fast to record, but in some roll short, short roll, no, roll short.
Okay. Okay, okay. All right. Okay. Sounds interesting. I would really like to go into that actually when I retire English teaching in a few years.
No, you can prove it now. It exists in Mexico City. Many companies, dubbing companies. So i- in in some companies, it's easy to arrive, and I will try to be a dubbing actor, and they say, okay, uh, welcome and have a seat, and you have only to view the director and the actor. And other companies are so close
Hmm.
to enter. Those companies record the biggest projects like Avengers or Top Gun, and in some cases it's a very close circle
Hmm.
to to enter for the biggest productions. You have
Right.
to meet some people or some directors to call you. But here in Cuernavaca, uh, has been recorded many popular series in the world, like How I Met Your Mother, or
No
the
way. Really?
the Prison Break. So when the series began uh, to record, maybe never expect that will that it will convert in a biggest project, no. So after uh, the third, fourth season, they take the series to Mexico City, but biggest projects has been started in Cuernavaca.
Wow. Okay, that's interesting. That's good news. All right. All right. All right, Bambucha, thank you so much for talking to us, to with our audience and to me, of course. Any final words that you would like to tell our listeners?
Oh, my final words. Mm, uh, I have I'm looking for the right words. No, if you want, it's easy to if I forgot the phrase. No, mm, mm, you have to work, or you must work in whatever makes you happy, because uh, of this, because in this way you will not work, no? So if you enjoy your work, if you enjoy every chapter in, like in my case, in the dubbing industry, you will never have to work.
Right. Yes, I totally agree with you. Okay, very good. Really nice talking to you, Bambucha. Again, thank you so much for being in the podcast, and we hope to see you very soon again. And to everyone listening out there, this is it for today. Thank you to all of you. And remember to subscribe to our channel. And if you like this podcast, of course, please share it with all your friends. And please visit our website where you will find articles related to practice of English and many other things. Okay. All right. Until next time. Thank you. Thank you, Bambucha. Thank
Bye bye.
you. Take
Thank
care.
you.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.